Pioneering rock and roll guitarist DUANE Eddy. Many of you will probably know he died 5 or 6 days ago now. I think it was on the 30th of April. I didn't cover it, to be honest with you, because I've got to say, for all it happened and you knew about it, at that time I think I had a fair bit to cover, but also I don't feel I know much of DUANE's stuff. I know he was a pioneering guitarist, but I can't say I know any of his stuff. That said, if somebody played me a couple of things, I think, oh yeah, I know that one. It's probably one of those. He's never anybody I've followed, although I know he's really, really well known, but none of his songs spring to mind. But as I say, if some were played, I would probably know them. I'm only mentioning folks because obviously it's sad. I heard only today he sold over 200 million records, which amazed me. I didn't think he was that huge. But the reason I'm mentioning his death is I heard what would you call it? Not an obituary. Well, somebody praising him after his death. Maybe it is an obituary, I suppose. A tribute to him. That's it, a tribute. Richard HAWLEY, that young fella there from Sheffield, did a tribute to him on the old Sounds of the 70s yesterday. I caught a bit of the show yesterday. Some might have seen the video I did yesterday, and it was my birthday yesterday. I'm not going to keep mentioning it, but I was out yesterday. I heard a bit of the show on the old car radio on the way from my old Sunday dinner. But I only heard a bit of the show. I've listened to the rest of it today, and I heard a DUANE Eddy tribute, as I said, delivered by Richard HAWLEY. I thought it was fantastic. If you get a chance, go and listen to it. It's really, really good. One of the best tributes to anybody I've ever heard. And Richard said to old Johnny there, old Johnny Walker, listen, John, I'm talking to you about him and about it. He said, I won't speak to anybody else about DUANE. He said, I'm not one of these that goes on praising people when they've died. He said, but I thought the world of him. He said, and I'm only coming on your show because I know you loved him too and you really loved his music. I think Johnny Walker said earlier in the piece, one of DUANE Eddy's songs was the lead up to a show that, like a jingle that Johnny played in front of his Radio Caroline shows. When he was on Radio Caroline, one of his lead songs that opened up every week was an DUANE Eddy song. He said, so I know you love DUANE, so I'm coming on your show to tell folk about him. But he said he was brilliant. I only got to know him in the later years of his life, but brilliant. He said he was a wonderful human being, wonderful man, and a great guitarist to boot. Anyway, if you get a chance, go and have a listen to it. Really, really, really nice it was. It's on Sounds of the 70s. Yesterday, Richard HAWLEY talking about DUANE Eddy.